Okay, well, oh, Mum, I'm so sorry that I'm representing you in this way. This is the best I could do. And I'm wearing a wig that cost £1.50 in a half price sale.
Okay, well, welcome back to our series in Verbatim Theatre, and in this lesson, we're going to take a look at acting. Now, if you've missed the previous videos, then do check them out here so you're up to speed on the process. And make sure to subscribe to the channel so that you can stay up to date with the latest content. So there's just one task for this lesson, and it's going to sound a little bit easier than it actually is. You're obviously going to do a little bit of acting, but you're going to perform as one of the people that you've already interviewed and use the transcription that you've already written out as your script. Now, based on the fact that my examples up until now have been using my mum's interview, this is going to be a little bit of an interesting video. Now, of course, you are able to exercise a little bit of creative license. You don't have to replicate it exactly and precisely. You can't actually do that. I'm not going to be able to do that. I can't perform as my mum. I'm like, not my mum. But remember, the essence of verbatim theatre is to really try and capture some of the truth that was in that real moment when you were interviewing them. So I have to use a little bit of creative license in order to make that happen. So firstly, you're going to want to watch or listen back to that interview that you did along with the transcripts that you've written out, because you just want to get familiar with the way that they speak, the way that they move, how they look, and how you might want to present them. If you can, practice speaking, practice those pauses, the intonation, the pace of speech, those vocal clicks, which have actually changed my mind on. I think they're more of a reflective tut. But when you think you're ready, perform it for an audience, get some feedback, or record it so that you can watch it back and develop that character to make it feel a little bit more natural. So here's a quick reminder of the snippet that I'm going to use for the performance of my mum.
I'm doing some homeschooling because we foster a 12-year-old boy. So I've had to learn a little bit about how to structure a day. We're using some of the lessons the school have put online. We're also teaching some life skills like baking and drying the dishes, and I walk my Labrador. I'm allowed to go outside to walk her. I have some goals. I want to read some books. I haven't even had time yet, so I've actually been quite busy.
There's the little snippet that I'm going to be working from. I've got my transcript in front of me. I'm probably going to need to refer to the script a little bit, but when you do this, try to commit as much of it to memory as possible so it does feel a little bit more natural. Right, here we go. I'm going to get into costume now. I can't believe I'm saying that. I'm going to dress as my mother, Norman Bates. So in that video, my mum was wearing a checked shirt, and she obviously has long blonde hair, which I don't have. Remember what I said about creative license.
Okay, well, this is gonna have to do. Oh, Mum, I'm so sorry that I'm representing you in this way. This is the best I could do. And I'm wearing a wig that cost £1.50 in a half price sale. So the question was,
how else have you been using your time then? How have you been getting through the days?
We're doing some homeschooling because we foster a 12-year-old boy, so I've had to learn how to structure a day. We're using some of the lessons that the school have put online, but we're also teaching some life skills like baking and drying the dishes, and I walk my Labrador. I'm allowed to go outside to walk her. Oh my goodness, I can't believe I'm doing this. So I have some goals. I want to read a bit more, but I haven't actually had time yet. I've been quite busy.
Let's get a book, shall we?
And this is where creative license comes in. She didn't actually have a book in her hand when she was doing this, but to show the audience that she keeps getting distracted, constantly having to put it down, that is a way to use a bit of creative license to tell that story in a little bit more detail. My hair's in the way. So let's just try that one more time. I have some goals. I'd love to read a few more books, but I haven't actually had time yet. I've been quite busy. I'm gonna go put the kettle on.
I hope that was a helpful example and that you enjoy practicing as your characters and performing those transcripts yourselves. Stay tuned for the next lesson where we're going to be looking at creative license in a little more detail so that you can develop and start to craft your own short verbatim play. I'll see you very soon.